Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave. Today we're going to do a new playthrough of Corsair Leader from Dan Verson Games. And real quick, in the last video I did, we used the Carrier Operations sheet right here. But one of the things I missed was the campaign setup. And I've kind of found a campaign adjustment. So I found this anomaly here. And that is, it says receive 2 times the starting number of pilots at every skill level, and you need to inflict 2 times hits, objectives, draw 2 times sight bandits, 2 times stardiness. So all this stuff is twice, 2 times. And so the first problem I ran into was there weren't enough pilots for the mission, the campaign I was playing on, the long campaign. So there weren't even enough pilots to do this. So I was like, you know what? This doesn't make sense that you got to go twice as many to inflict. What they did was, I think they just added more planes that you have to do more maintenance on. And I get it, and I don't get it. So I had a long time ago printed this off, and I thought, well, this is what I'm going to run on this time. Carrier Operations Unofficial variant. Okay, this was designed by Dean Brown, and we'll be using this. And here is the updated sequence of play, and everything in red are all the changes. So it adds quite a bit here when we do this, because we may get attacked and have to fight defensively. And the sheet I'm going to use, which is over here. So we're still playing Coral Sea 1942. It's still skilled level. Same number of targets, same stuff there. Okay. But this sheet here, this is the Enterprise, and it's good from 42 to 45. And this is the Lexington. So sorry for the reflection because I laminated, but you have a recovery space, an operational space, a launching space, a holding pattern. We get upgrade points that we can upgrade our carrier with here. Our maintenance crew is still 5. This tracks where we're at with our aircraft in maintenance, so we can work on them. And then we have the enemy attack tactical display. So if our carrier gets attacked, this is where these planes are going to be at. And then we can have cap, and we can either have it already launched or we can have it ready to launch. And then, of course, there will be carrier damage if we get hit. Okay, so this was an example, but I'm using the one down here. And then, of course, the dice tower, and then, there's some glare there, but we get, I don't know how I'm gonna, you'll have to trust me on this one because I know you won't be able to read everything. This is the maneuver part. That's just the modifier, so it really won't be as important, I guess, to be able to see that one. Okay, so we're gonna work it through there this way. Better make sure I shuffled my event cards. Nope, I did not. Okay, so let's get them shuffled up here real quick. We'll give them a quick shuffle. And I know I shuffled my target cards, but we'll give them another quick one here. Okay. I moved my board up so I'd have room to place my pilots down here around everything. And then I did my random draw, of course, like I always do, way over there. Well, I'll just move the camera there. Over here, these are the pilots that I have. So I have 3, 6, I have 9 Wildcats, and I drew Joe Foss as my ace pilot for my ace deck. So I got really lucky there because oh, you know what? I can't draw him. Yeah, well, I could, but I shouldn't have. I'm going to redraw him because that's a Marine Corps pilot, and I should have had a Navy ace. So I'm going to redraw my I'll draw a new Navy ace there. I'll fix that here real quick. Then we got 2 Dauntless groups and 5 TBD Avengers. Okay, so yeah, let me fix that with Foss. Now the thing that this does is I'll show you real quick here too. So for the SO points, we got an additional 12 SO points here. And then we also had a added to our squadron, 1 newbie, 2 green, 1 average. So I took the average out and replaced it with the ace, and then paid the points, the SO points there. And starting upgrade points, we also get 8 for our ship, which we're going to spend here and see how we want to upgrade our carrier. Okay. So yeah, let me fix this. I don't get Joe Foss after all, so I need to change that out. So I'll fix that real quick and then we'll be ready to go. Okay, so the pilot way over here that I drew was Jimmy Thatch, Wildcat Navy. That's what I had to have. He is too gung-ho and agile for his skill. Okay, so there's things we have to do here. Makes this game a little longer to play, but I think it's going to add some pretty good, interesting part to it. Okay, our recon level is 0 and no change right now. So we get to draw 1 target card, and it is Fleet Carrier. All right, here we go. Naval, 2 bandits, A6M2s, of course, is what we already have, and target sights, he gets 2 in the target, 3 bandits in the target, and 2 approaches. And I got to see, I think this means he's going to be adding, and I can't choose a different target. That's the one I have. Okay, this does some things to us. This is going to make a higher risk that we're going to get an attack against us. So we're going to need our combat air patrol up for this today. And it also means that I got to spot these guys too. So we're going to have to do some things like that too. Okay, so this is the stuff we're going to work through. Okay, so the first thing is I was going to upgrade. So right here on this sheet, right here, this is my upgrade. I used the stress counters because I got so many of them and I can keep count without having to write and erase everything. So I have 8 points. I'm going to spend all 8 points. I'm going to upgrade my search. That costs 5 points. So now my search comes down to 6. So a 6 or higher means my search will be effective. I have 3 other points. I'm going to use that here on fighter control, and that's going to become a 4 now. So if I roll a 4 or higher, I can reduce that. Okay. All right. So that's the upgrade that I get. Now I have to earn more upgrade points in order to be able to make another upgrade. All right. Now we have to assign pilots to missions, search, ASW, or CAP. So I'm definitely going to send a TBF out here on search. And I think for this case, we're going to put POW. Let's see. He has that relief. He can relieve their stress. But he doesn't hit as well. That's the thing. We're going to use POW to go on the search. He's going to be my search aircraft. So POW will be on search. And I need ASW or CAP. So I'm definitely going to assign a couple pilots here to CAP. I can take 8 aircraft to go after this fleet carrier. So I got 2, 4, 5, 6 here. Bombers left. 3, 4, 5, 6 bombers left. And takes 5 hits to sink that guy. So I think we'll so I don't think I'll send all 6 of them out there. Let's see, probably 4 or 5 of them though to hit that fleet carrier. I want to make sure I sink it. And it's a gung-ho target, which is good because it will let me replenish any gung-ho that I use. So I think I'm going to put in my cap here, I'm going to launch four guys per cap here to protect our aircraft. Some of these guys aren't hot. I got to send, let's see, if I put up 4 here, that leaves me with 5. If I send 4 and 4, so I can send 4 fighters to escort my 4 bombers. So, does that make sense? So what I'm looking at is, if I take torpedoes, a torpedo hits at a 5, 7, or 9. I also take these big bombs. I got 500 pounders, 250 pounders, and 1,000 pounders. Those 1,000 pounders can hit. And if I got 2 guys with gung-ho, so I can deliver enough hits with my dive bombers to sink them if I get them through there. And then my torpedo bombers. So yeah, I think 4 bombers on this mission. I think so. So I'm going to put up +2 +1. I'm going to put up another TBD for my anti-sub. So I got search and anti-sub here, so I don't want to get caught on a submarine attack. And then I'm going to send out, so for my cap, right now, I'm going to use 4 for my pilots here. Man, I'll tell you what, my random draw was not the best that I could have had, I'll tell you that. I'm going to use 1, 2, boy, I got skilled pilots and they are not that good. 3, 2, 3. I think Seagert's got to go on the escort. I'm going to need him out there. I think I'm going to pull these 4. Maybe I should leave Foot here on the combat air patrol. Oh, I might need Wilmarth on that. So I got 4 Wildcats here that are all set for cap. So that's how I'm gonna do that. So I'm assigning quite a bit of my squadron just for search, anti-submarine, and then my cap up here. Trying to make sure these guys don't have any issues. Okay, so we know that fleet carrier's out there. Now we have to do our search mission. So my search over here is this one right here, which I improved. So I need a 6 or higher on my 10-sided die roll, but I sent my Devastator out there to search also. So I get to add 2 to my die roll. Okay, which really means I need a 4 or higher. 4 or higher to hit, not to hit, but to find the target. Oh my gosh, I got a 1. So guess what? I don't find the target. We don't know what's out there. So that means I don't get to, I don't get to make this attack, and that fleet carrier is going to go back into the target deck. Okay, so that sucked right there, right off the bat, man. I had a chance at a fleet carrier and can't find it. So this is the frustration of carrier warfare in 1942, and not going to gain anything there. Okay. I can, so let's see, with that ASW, or with my target search, that means that it costs him, let's see, he gets 2 stress and 1 experience point. We don't have to launch or recover him. Okay, so Pal, he's going to get 2 stress. So I'll mark him with 2. And he gains 1 experience point, which I'm going to go ahead and give him so I don't forget. So Pal gets his first experience point. Okay, and he's done. Okay, I have to set up my cap and stuff just in case these guys attack us. So out of these 4, I got Regalo and Ocampo, who both have a cool of 1, which means that I'm going to launch them, and I'm going to have the other 2 here on deck, ready to go. So out of this group, I got Ocampo. Sorry, move my camera over here this time. I have Ocampo, and there's Regalo. Those 2 guys are going to be in the air. And then, oops, I got to switch my ace counter out here in a minute. Foss comes away. I have, who did I say? Campbell. And there's Wilmarth. These 2 guys are on deck. They're ready to go. Okay. So each one of them, they have 1 stress while they sit there, because it's stressful waiting for that. And my other 2 guys on combat air patrol have 2 stress. So if they don't run into anything, if nothing happens, they'll be able to recover all that stress when they get back and land and everything. Okay. So just checking, I'm kind of going through this as we go here. My cap mission set up. Pilots can be placed in the cap defense on deck and immediately suffer 1 stress, or can be placed at the desired altitude in a tactical display box out to the cap patrol limit and immediately suffer 2 stress. So we have cap patrol limit is clear out here. So I can put these guys and I can determine where I want them at. So I'm not going to put them all the way out there, because when they come on, but I'm going to put them, I may have to change altitude. I don't know which row anybody will come on, but I'm going to put them at high altitude. I'm going to take a chance up here, 1 to 4 and 5 to 6 at high altitude. Hopefully, if this happens, I'll be able to cover them. Okay, and they immediately took 2 stress. Okay. Cap mission pilots are not launched or recovered. Okay, so I don't have to go through that step with them. All right, so what happens now is we don't get to do any target bound stuff because I couldn't find the target. So we're going to go into the ASW mission patrol check. Okay, so I have my submarine guy out here, and he's trying to make sure there's no submarines. Okay. Roll 1d10 and we add +2, and for us on ASW that's a 6, so I need a 6 or higher, and that will make sure no submarines come in there and give me any trouble. So add 2, so I really need a 4 higher. Hey, I got a 5, that makes it a 7. Okay, so no submarine problems. And I believe, let's see what he earns also. ASW aircraft, he suffers 2 stress, but he earns an experience point. So Long is going to get 2 stress and 1 experience point. So we'll mark him with 2 stress. All right. and 1 experience point. So he gets 1. And I'll show you my spreadsheet after it's the same one we used in the last video. I'll show you that one when we get done here. Okay. Now we have to do an enemy strike check. Okay. So, this is when it gets gnarly. Because now, there's a table in here for this. And we roll a D10, and we add +1 because it's 1942, and +2 because we have a fleet carrier. So +3. A 1 to 7 is no attack. Okay, here we go. 1 to 3. Or I mean, 4 plus 3 is 7. A 7 is no attack. All right. So right there. No enemy attack. All right. So we got out of this mess. So the fleet carrier didn't find us either. Okay, we don't have to do any recovery, but all these planes have to go to maintenance now. Well, it's like several, I guess. Okay, so we got to put those guys that flew cap don't gain any experience because they didn't actually, all they did was, I'm going to double check that again real quick. Let's see, each cap pilot earns 1 experience point. And then they get another one if they get into combat with the enemy. Okay, so Wilmarth, Campbell, Ocampo, and Regalo all get an experience point. So Wilmarth, he gets 1. Regalo, he gets 1. Ocampo got 1. And Campbell, he got 1. Okay. The bad thing is, let's see, that carrier, that was number 36 on our target number. But we didn't have anybody go out to do anything there. The target was undamaged. So we got 0 victory points for that. Okay, so it didn't do much good, and we can't find the target. Okay, so that's the end of day 1. So that only leaves me with 3 days. And man, I'm going to have to score some big targets here. Now, the fleet carrier card goes back into the target card deck, and it all gets shuffled up again. And maybe I could get lucky and it would show up again. I'd still be searching for it here in the Coral Sea. But the Enterprise aircraft did not get anything done there. Okay, so now what we do is we have to put all these planes here. These guys, they all go into routine maintenance because they flew. And I suppose that Long and Powell should also be in there because they flew their missions, and that makes them have routine maintenance. So I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 aircraft, I think. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 6 aircraft that need routine maintenance at the end of the day here. Okay, so nothing really happened there. We'll do our, let's see if there's anything else I got to do here. Looking for my upgrade points earned, apply upgrade points. Okay, place aircraft in there and repair. Recovery procedure, recover aircraft, holding box, resolve, warm racks and hot chow. That helps us because everybody gets 1. We'll get, in fact, Wilmarth and Campbell didn't even take off, so they do not have to be, they would not have to be repaired. We didn't even fly their aircraft. Okay, so we'll put them back up here. All right, so one maintenance crew can do 3, 1, 2, 3, and another maintenance crew, so all the planes get their maintenance done and they're back on availability. And then we get one stress relief because they have a warm bunk and hot chow. So what you're going to see here is he doesn't have any cool, but he only has 1 stress. That's why I didn't have them airborne. So their stress comes off. These guys each have 1 cool, so their 2 come off. And then over here with these guys, same thing. They both have 1 cool, so their stress comes off. So at the end of the day, nobody has any stress. All those guys are done. And then we earn, at the end of the day, I believe it is carrier upgrade points. You earn 4 upgrade points at the end of each day. And then there are other ones, but we didn't do anything, so we earn 4 upgrade points. So here on the upgrade sheet, we place 4. And we can now spin those 4. So I could make my ASW better. I don't have enough to help my search, which is really what I'd like to do. My fighter control, or I could do damage control. But I'm going to save those 4 because I really didn't do anything. And I want to make sure what we're going to have. Okay, so I'm going to pause this, make sure my spreadsheet's updated. And then I think we'll go ahead and move right into day 2. Unfortunately, I didn't help myself anywhere yet. Okay, so I'll be back here in just a minute. Okay, okay, sorry. Okay, so this is the beginning my spreadsheet, right? So I have Coral Sea, long length, 4 days, 16 SOs available to me right now. Here's all my pilots: green, average, skill, veteran, legendary. Nobody has any stress because we didn't do anything. So first day, unfortunately, was a stress-free day because I needed actually that mission. I didn't get it. I shouldn't have anything in there right now. That was from the other game. Okay, so right now it was undamaged, target number 36. So we'll get ready here and we'll start up again. And again, we'll see what happens here. Okay, so let's go on and do day 2 and see if we can get some action here. Okay, let's keep on. Here we go for day 2. Let me get these guys out of the way here. Although they may be on combat air patrol again, the way that went. All right, let's pull another target card. Let's see what our target this time is going to be. A destroyer. Crud. 1 victory point. Secondary. That means I can have a secondary target. So I'm going to pull another target, and I get fleet carrier. Okay, so the fleet carrier, we're coming again, and now I have a secondary target, which has no bandits. It's a small target, makes it hard to hit, and it's only worth 1 victory point, but it does give me an extra recon. If I get both of these targets, I can get 7 victory points, which is a big deal, and I can get up where I can start drawing more cards here to do my targeting. Okay, so we're definitely going to reserve a bomber to come after this guy or 2. So we're going to do things a little different this time just because of that. All right, so the fleet, the destroyer will be coming after. So now what I need to do is, and of course, I'm going to have to see if I can find that destroyer, but the one I'm coming after, of course, I'm sending, I think this time, I'm going to send Washington on my search mission, and I'm not going to run an anti-sub, and then I can put up my cap again. There's a high chance that they're going to come with the air attack, so I'm going to use the same guys again for my cap. So I have Campbell and Wilmarth, and then I got Regalo and Ocampo in the air. So again, they're going to take 2 stress right off the bat, and these 2 guys are going to take 1 stress because they're going to be sitting right down here. So Regalo and Ocampo, we're going to spread out here, and we're going to put them here, and they're going to be high. And then we're going to have Wilmarth and Campbell on deck ready to launch. Okay. And we'll have to see what comes of this one again. Okay, we're going to perform our search mission. All righty, boys. Now come on this time. I need a 7. I get a +2. I got to find this fleet carrier. And I get a 5. +2 is a 7. Okay, we know where he's at this time. He made the mistake of not coming after us last time. Now we're coming hunting. Okay. Cap mission set up. Already set it up. I didn't have to do that yet. Okay, so my launch is done. He comes back down. Washington. He gets 1 stress. And he gets 1 experience point for that. So we'll mark Washington up here. Got his first experience point. Okay. And here's our cap fighters. They're sitting over here. Okay. So we've selected our target right here. And we'll roll for the destroyer on the next time when we get a chance to see if we can find it or not. Now we determine and place sights. Okay. So sights are the Navy sights. It's these gray ones. So we shuffle these up. So there's 2 in the target and there's 2 in each approach. All right. So here we go. We'll put down 2 in the north. 2 here. 2 here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, let's see what we got. In the north, we have a 40 millimeter, high or low, and a no sight, so he comes off. Here we have a 1 inch and a 1 inch, so 2 1-inch guns there, only low. Here we have 40 millimeter, high, low, and another 1-inch gun, low only. There's no sight in the center. And he's got a 40 millimeter. Here's a 40 millimeter. Oh, and what's this one? A 4-inch, range of 1. Ugh. That means he can fire into the center. So he's a deadly thing right there. Okay. So, gotta see what we can do here. Okay, we have to do a launch check. Now the launch check is this little deal right here. So we have to check for wind speed and deck speed. And that is going to determine the amount of wind we have and how well we can get off the ground. Or off the carrier, I should say. Okay. So I'm looking here for my normal speed. Let me find that. Okay, so right here, Default launch speed is 6. And now we have to roll. And we get a 3. And a 3 is a wind speed of 1. So we get 6 plus 1 is 7, which is normal. So no adjustments to waypoints. So it doesn't affect what we're going to do for our waypoints. All right. Now you know what? It's okay. I was supposed to assign my pilots and prepare for the mission. But I had not done that yet. So hang on just a minute. Let me do that. Okay. So we assigned the pilots. So I took 2 Dauntless groups, gave them 1,000-pound bombs, 2 Devastators, gave them torpedoes. I have 4 Wildcats, Legendary, Jimmy Thatch is going, Seegert, he's average, Campbell, or Casabelli, he's skilled, and Foote, he's green. Okay. All right, so we prepared for mission. Now we have to draw our mission event card. See what it gives me. Just one, please. Redraw the sites. Oh, man. Okay, so we got to redraw all the sites. This could be better or worse. This wasn't a bad draw, other than that 4-inch gun. So now, start them up again. Here we go. So bad intelligence, maybe. Okay, 2 for the north approach. Oh. Come on. 2 there. 2 there. Oh, another no sight. 2 there. 1 there. 1 there. Okay, let's see what we got. We got a no sight in the north approach and a 40 millimeter. Okay, and he's a high-low gun. Here we have the 1-inch, he's a low, and a 40 millimeter, he's a high-low. Another no sight with a low on a 1-inch. Okay, in the middle, we have a 1-inch gun and a 40 millimeter. And here we have 40 millimeter, 40 millimeter. All right. Now we have to launch aircraft. Okay. So now we get our aircraft out here. So we have Thatch, Foote, there's Foote, there's Thatch. We need Gray Cap and Casabelli. So all these guys, these are the guys that are going out. They go into the launching box over here. So we put them on the launching box. Now here we have, in our planes, we have Walker with the 2 dive bombers. We have Walker and Lewis. And then we have Long and Andy. There he is. So these are the planes that are launching now. So we have to do a launch roll for each one of these guys to make sure he doesn't have any trouble. Okay. So if they roll a 1 or 2, they return to carrier with 2 stress. And if they're a newbie or green, it's a -1 to the die roll. And if they're a veteran or ace, it's a +1 to the die roll. Nobody has any minor damage, so we don't have any problem there. So now I just got to get my guys up in the air. All right, so here we go. Gray Cap's the first guy. See if he makes it okay. Set this over here. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. He gets, oh, he got a 1. Oh, I moved it. It was a 1, trust me, because I wouldn't wanted to do it any other way. So Gray Cap gets 2 stress, and he doesn't go on the mission. So Seegert takes 2 stress and comes back down. Okay, so I'll put 2 stress on him. Right off the bat. Man. Okay, next guy up Casabelli. He's skilled, so there's no modifier. He gets an 8. Okay, he launches, he's up, he's off, he's on the board somewhere. I get to place him in a little bit. Next guy up is Thatch. Now, he's an ace, so he gets +1 to his die roll. 2 makes it a 3. Woo! He made it. So Thatch is up. Okay, and now I got Foot. Foot's coming up. He's average. He's a 6. He's okay. Okay, so 3 of my fighters made it. 1 fighter had problems. He turned around and went home. Okay, so he doesn't participate in the mission. He doesn't have to do any air maintenance or anything. He's just back on the aircraft now. And that's a secret that we're talking about. Okay, so he'll be back in the operational deck, but he did take 2 stress. Okay. All right, here we go. Eandy, he's the first guy up. Eandy is average, so no modifier. He gets an 8. Okay, he makes it up. Next guy up is Long. Long is average. He gets a 4. He makes it. Next guy, Walker. He's average. Walker gets a 9. He's good. And finally, it's Lewis. Lewis gets a 4. He's good. Okay. So I had 1 fighter. Had to come back down. He had some problems. Okay. All right. So now, place my aircraft, choose their altitude. All right. Well, we know Walker and Lewis are coming in high. We're coming from the south approach with those 2 guys. Now, here's the problem, right? And my torpedo bombers are coming in low. There is no good place to come in. In fact, this is probably the best place. So they're coming in low because they have to be low when they drop their bombs, torpedoes. Now, the problem is, do I put a fighter up high to protect those guys? Or do I put 2 of them up high and get them all the way to the center area? And then, what do we do, right? Because if I'm up high, eventually they're going to go low when they drop their bombs. And I got to survive that coming in. So, but I think I'm going to put Thatch and Foot up high to help protect, and Casabelli down low to help protect these guys. Yeah, and we'll see what happens there. I can't change my fighters' altitude, so they're coming in high. They won't get shot at least till they get over to here. So we'll see what happens. All right. Well, okay. So we're all set up there. Now we have to determine and place bandits. And on this card, it says 2 bandits. So draw the indicated number of bandit counters at the start of each turn over target and place the bandits in the center area. So we got to draw every time 2 extra bandits at the start of the next turn. So right now, we're going to place bandits. He gets 2 in each approach and 3 in the center. Whew. Okay, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at there. The center got no bandits. 3. Oh, man. Is that lucky or what? Okay. He's got a bandit. No bandit. No bandit. Got lucky so far. There's a bandit. No bandit. Bandit. And 2 bandits over here. So he's a veteran, average, veteran, green, and veteran. Ugh. So I got tough bandits to deal with too. All right. Well, that's going to make it interesting. Okay, here we go. Intel Air Defense don't have any draw over target card event. Over target card is this one. Pilots do not suffer any stress for performing suppressions. Yes, that's big, because when for performing suppressions, that's not as big. I'll leave it here just as a reminder, but I don't normally do a lot of suppressions anyway. And we'll mark that with that little yellow square so I remember which one that was. Okay. Place the turn counter in the number 1 box. And now we move into our normal over target resolution. Okay. So here we go. Over target. Dive bombers dive to low. No. Fast pilots attack. So I have any fast, slow, 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 slow. So I don't have any fast pilots here. I have one with situational awareness, Casabelli, but nobody's in position yet to do anything. Okay. Sights and bandits attack. Nobody's in range yet. Okay. Slow pilots attack. Again, I don't have that. Aircraft move. Okay. So I'll move this off to the side, move him off to the side. We have Walker and Lewis coming in. I have Thatch and Foote. I have Long and Andy. I have Casabelli. And then that's everybody there. Now the bandits move. Okay. So the bandits move in. And so we're going to pick them up here. Casabelli is going to pick up that one. Move these guys up here a little bit. Oh, I got this green pilot coming in. And we have Thatch picked up the veteran, and Foote picked up the average pilot. Okay, and this guy will move into the center section. Oh, and it was turn 1. I was supposed to draw 2 more bandits. So 1, 2, no bandit, 1 bandit. And he is, oh my God, legendary. So he would have moved in here too. So actually, Thatch is going to pick him up. I gotta see if I can get rid of that guy. Foote's going to have to pick up the veteran. And that's going to leave this guy loose right here. And actually, they can attack the bombers. So let's roll to see who they're going to go after. We'll go 2, 4, 6, 8. This is for this average pilot. 4, 2, 3, 4. He attacks Lewis. And the other guy, same way. 8. So he attacks Andy. Okay. So they had more fighters than I had fighters, and now they can get to the bombers. Okay. All right. This is looking rough. Okay, so that's the moves. We advance the turn counter, and now we do dive bombers dive to low. Nope, not yet. Now we do fast pilots attack. So here come the zeros. So now we get into combat. We'll start right here. We'll start with this average pilot, and he's going to attack Lewis. Lewis is right here. Okay. So the first thing we do is a D10 plus enemy air-to-air. His air-to-air is a +1. All right. So we're going to see what maneuver he's going to try to get. And it is a 10. +1 is an 11. And he is on normal. So this is out of the sun. All right. So he's coming out of the sun at Lewis. Now he gets D10 plus his air-to-air +1 minus my air-to-air -1. So that's a +2 for this 0. He gets, oh, it's a 1. And a 1 plus 2 is a 3. He lost the position. So the 0 actually came up short there. He's not going to get me. All right. Well, that lucked out, didn't it? Whew. Oh, you know what? I got to do this because I should have done it. I wasn't paying it. Nope, I'm not going to do it. I missed it. I could have played my situational awareness for Casabella and got him a first shot, but we'll do it on the next turn if he survives. I'm not going to. I missed it. I screwed up. Okay, so he got jumped. He doesn't know it. Okay, here comes the legendary. He's a +3. So he gets die roll +3. 9 makes 12. He's coming out of the sun on Thatch. Now we take his +3, and Thatch is a +3. That's even. So now we roll straight up, and he gets, oh, it's a 1. He lost 2 positions to Thatch. Oh ho ho, their maneuvering's not very good today. Thatch is on his tail. Okay, now we go to this veteran. He's a +2. So we roll, and he gets a 1. +2 is a 3. That is a tight turn. Okay, he's a +2, and foot is a 0. So he gets +2, and he gets a 4. That's 6. He gained a position on foot. All right, he's going to fire. Okay, here we go. He gets +2, -0, +1 because he's advantaged. So +3, and foot is going to evade. So he takes a stress. Okay, here we go. 2 dice. He's at +3. A 4 and an 8. So that's a 7. And a 7 is 2 stress. And because it's, I'll show you this. This is a optional rule that we're using. It's +7, or he got a 7. Because it's the highest number before he gets the kill, he actually scores light damage on my aircraft. So I'm going to have to grab that marker. Okay, so I take that back. He took a damaged hit. So he takes 2 stress, and he gets the damaged marker. If he gets a second damaged marker, he's shot down. Okay, so foot got hit by that veteran pilot. Okay, which I guess we would fully expect from a 0 encounter with Wildcats. All right, we got to come up here. Now, I got this green pilot attacking my torpedo plane. He is a 0. So he's going to be roll a d10 and no modifier. He gets a 3. So he's going to try a tight turn. Now, this is Andy. He's a -2. So he gets +2 to his die roll. He gets a 2. +2 is 4. No effect. So he's coming straight on at me. All right. Here he comes. I'm going to take 2 stress with the Andy. 1 stress. And actually, foot would be at 3 stress because he tried to evade. Right, and I got to make sure about that too. Make sure I'm not thinking wrong here, just to make sure I keep my stuff right. Suppression, evasion. Place 1 stress counter. Yeah. Okay, so he's doing that. He gets 2 dice, and his modifier for his attack resolution is going to be +2. And he gets a 10, woo, and a 1, which makes it a 3. And a 3 for him is a miss. So the green pilot misses. Woohoo! All right. Now, we have the veteran attacking Casabelli. He is a +2. So on his maneuver choice, he gets a 9 +2. He's trying out of the sun also. Okay. Come on, boys. I need something here. All right, here we go with Casabelli. He is now going to try for his maneuver success. Sorry, I got to think about something else. He is +2, Casabelli 0. So he gets +2 on this die roll. 4 makes it a 6. A 6 is +2 on his attack. Ugh. +2 on the attack. Of course, Casabelli is going to roll that. And he does have the alert skill in case I need it. Okay, so Casabelli took a stress. Going to roll 2 dice. Oh, 7 and a 7. Shoot. +2 is 9. But he's going to... Wait a minute. Yeah. +4 is 11 on both of those. Okay. So, Casabelli uses his gung-ho and he avoids any damage. All right. So Casabelli used his gung-ho and he got away with that one. All right. They also have this site's attacking. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 aircraft. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 aircraft. So we'll roll 1 die. If it's 8, 9, 10, I got to re-roll it. 10, of course. 8. Come on. 10. Are you kidding me? 9. I couldn't roll all them highs before. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's firing at foot. So foot, he's already at the highest level and he's already damaged. Holy crap. He might get shot down here. This is bad news for him. All right. What's he going to do? And if I evade, he becomes shaken. And then it's just a matter of trying to get him home. So I got to do that. He's going to evade. I'm trying to keep him alive. He's a 4. I'll get 2 dice here. His roll right here is 8 and a 5. A 5 is stress. So he takes another stress. So he's at 5. He's at his limit now. He can't go anymore. If he goes any further, he's going to freak out. Now, in this case, he also gets the light damage. So what that means is he's got heavy damage and light damage. It's going to cost him more repair points. Okay, he's in trouble. All right. Now we do slow pilots. All right. So I have... Oh, Andy would have fired back also. Is that correct? Again, it's been a little while since I've had to do bombers. Let's check my bombers again. Or is it in any certain position that they get in? That's what we're looking at real quick here. Ground. Let's see. Bomber rules. They cannot initiate if they are... Right. Gunner attacks. Brackets have gunners on enemy craft that are neutral, advantaged, or tailing them as if they were in a neutral position. Okay. So Andy would have fired back at the green pilots. We need to do that. Lewis doesn't because they are advantaged on him, right? That's what I said before. I just read it. Whew. A friendly bomber, if perform gunner attacks on enemy aircraft that are neutral, advantaged, or tailing them as if they were in a neutral position. So Lewis should have fired at him also. Okay, so he fires. Lewis is a -1 and he's a +1, so it's going to make it -2 to his die roll. And Lewis, he has to have a 10. He's not going to hit him. 9. Oh, if he wasn't so bad, he could have hit him. Okay, that's too bad. Is that right? He got a 9. Wait a minute. Yeah, -2. So that makes that a 7. Yeah, he missed him. He needed a 10 anyway. Andy is a -2. He can't hit him because he needs a 10. I don't even need to roll. Okay. They can't. Their gunners just aren't good enough to hit those guys there. Lewis actually needed a 9, but he rolled a. Sorry about that. My battery went dead on me. Had to change batteries. Okay. So here we go. Lewis and Andy both missed. Okay, we got our Thatch. He's tailing. Okay, so he's going to do. He's doing. What's he got? He's agile, which I didn't even use that. Well, they didn't fire him. Okay. He can do in my sights, or he can do out of the sun. He's going to get a +3 on his attack roll, but he's even everywhere else. So there is some danger there. So he's going to do in my sights because I'm not going to give that up. Okay. So in my sights, for my maneuver, it's my air-to-air minus his, so we're even up at 3. I got a 10. So I get 2 attack, +2 attack. Okay. Here we come on my attack roll. I get +2 and +3 for tailing. So this is a +5 on this attack roll. Okay, here we go. +5, 7. Shot down a legendary pilot. All right. He won't be coming back to bother us. And Thatch gets a kill. Thatch got his first kill. Okay, that's a big one. These guys don't initiate anything. They're just going to move on. Foot, he needs to do something here. So we need to gain a position if we can. So we can fire back at this dude. But we're going to be a -2 to our die roll. I think we're going to have to do a tight turn and just hope that I get a high enough roll to stay on here. But he gets a -2. It's a 4. Yeah, so no effect. Okay, so I didn't give up another position. I kept him on his wing. All right. Andy doesn't do anything. All right, Casabelli's firing. Now, we're doing in my sights. Casabelli is a 0, and he's a +2. So it's going to be -2 to my success here. We rolled. Oh, good. A 9 makes that a 7, which is +1 on my attack. So now our attack roll is a -1. And he gets a 10. Yes, baby. He shot him down. That's a veteran too. So Casabelli did his business right there and knocked down a veteran. All right. And he gets a kill. Whew. All right. And Casabelli had the alert thing. But he didn't use it. He had to use his gung-ho last time. Okay. We now move. Walker, Lewis, Long, Andy, they all move in. Casabelli, Foot, they're all right here. Foot's tied up. I got Thatch. Casabelli's going to take on this veteran pilot right here. And I'm going to have Thatch move in here onto this veteran. And see if I can shoot him down. And I'm going to check and make sure that's legal for me to do that. Okay, so I don't think he can do that because he's engaged. But Thatch, he could move up here, and that will let him engage that other veteran up there. So that'll take care of him. This green pilot, he'll end up moving. So we're going to find out which one's he going to come after this time. So 2, 4, 6, 8. 1. So he's coming after Walker this time. All right. So that'll take care of that. That's all the moves. We advance the turn counter. And now we begin the next round. Okay. Oh, things are getting interesting now because here we come on the carrier. First thing we have to do is draw 2 bandits. This is for the center section. This is where it gets nasty. So there's 1. Oh, no bandit. 2. No bandit. Oh, the carrier's planes are not up in the air trying to hit me. All right. Woo-hoo, we got a break there. All right, next thing, the dive bombers dived low. So they're coming down now. Here they come. Dive bombers are diving. All right, sights and bandits attack. So let's do sights. Let's do this one out here. He's going to go 1 to 5 at Casabelli or at foot. 1 to 5, he's at Casabelli. He got a 7. He's firing at foot. Oh, brother, foot's in trouble. Here, gonna fire at him. Can't evade anymore. A 2. He missed him. Woo-hoo-hoo. Foot got lucky. Okay. All right. Now we got these sights that are firing. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the way I'm gonna go with it. And we'll start with the 1-inch gun. Who's he firing at? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's long. Okay, so long. He's going to take evasive action. That's a stress. And it's 2 dice. And he gets a 4 and a 6. A 4 gives him 1 stress. So long takes a stress. Okay. Now the next gun. Same thing on the die roll. Pick the target. 10. He's firing at Andy. Andy takes a stress. We roll 2 dice. And he gets a 4 and a 10. This is with the 40 millimeter. That's 1 stress. Okay. So Andy takes his 3rd stress. 3 stress now. All right. Here we go. Now we have the fighters. Oh, let's work out here first. We got, oh, you know what? Now I'm not, I cheated myself last time. I'm not going to do it this time because I guess get wrapped up. Casabelli has his situational awareness and he's using it this turn. He would have used it last turn. He's definitely using it this turn. I can't do that again. This is, hey, I'm sorry. I know it's not cheating. It is a little bit. But I would have used that. There was no doubt about it. So he's going first. So Casabelli's firing. He's at +1 on this average pilot. Casabelli's a 0. Okay. So here he goes. He's going to do in my sights. And he's at -1 to his die roll. And he gets a 10, which is 9. He gets +2 to his attack. Okay. +2 -1 makes that a +1 on this roll. He's trying to get this 0 knocked down. He gets, oh, it almost hit a 9, but he got a 1. He missed. Okay, we didn't get him that time. Now the 0's attacking me. He's a +1. He's going to roll for his maneuver. He gets a 7, which is an 8. He's going to do a half loop. Interesting. Okay, here comes the half loop. He gets +1. He got an 8. A 9. He gains all the positions. +1 on his attack. This ain't good on Casabelli. All right. Casabelli is going to evade. So we're going to use 2 dice. This guy's got +1. +1 on this attack, +3 there. That's +5. Uh-oh. He gets a 4 and a 5. So +5 on that makes it 9. And I'm going to use my alert skill. Once per mission, after rolling for a bandit attack, subtract 2 from the roll. So that makes that a 7, which makes him damaged. Okay, so we're going to put a damage marker on him now. And he takes 2 stress. So Casabelli is going to go to 4 stress. Okay. So Casabelli, I'm going to put that on top of his, well, I'll put the gung-ho on top of his alert. They're used up, both of them. He survived. Okay. Now, we have this veteran attacking foot. Okay, he is advantaged, so he's going to roll. And he is +2. And foot is stressed, or he's shaken now. Well, he's -2. It's +4 to this. 3 + 4 is a 7 on advantaged. He's doing a yo-yo. Okay, he's going to get the same +4 again. And he gets a 2. 4 is a 6. He gains 1 position. And +1 on his attack. Makes him +4, +6. Holy cow. +6. I don't think I can avoid this guy. Yeah, 7. He shot him down. So foot goes down. Okay. So foot's down. All right. Now we got, this is a green pilot attacking Walker. Okay. He's 0. Walker is 0. So he gets no modifiers. We roll for his maneuver. And it is a 1. So he's going to try a tight turn. Here we go. Still 0 modifier. Oh, a 10. He gains a position and 1 on his attack roll. Crap. Okay. So he's firing. He's going to be +1, +2 because he's advantaged. And he gets a 3, which is a 5. He gets 1 stress on Walker. Woo-hoo-hoo. That was lucky, Walker. Okay, that's good. Walker survived. That's going to make it for us because we're going to nail that guy. Now I got this veteran pilot attacking Thatch. He's a +2, but Thatch is a +3. So he's -1. Okay. -1. And his maneuver is a 6. Makes it a 5. He's going to try a yo-yo on Thatch. He's going to be -1 again. He gets a 9, which is an 8. Damn it. He gained a position and 1 attack. +1 to his attack. Okay. Here we go. Thatch is agile, so he gets 2 dice. Here comes this guy. He's firing at him with a +1, +2, and -1. So +1. And he gets a 4 and a 10. Whoa, that was close. Makes that a 5. And a 5 is 1 stress on Thatch. So Thatch picks up a stress. Okay. So Jimmy took a stress. Which I'm okay with right now. All right. That's it for their fire. Now here we come. Oh, Walker would have got to fire back at that green pilot. So let's do that. He's a 0. He's a 0. So it's even up. So he rolls. He needs a 10 to hit him. 4. He did not hit him. Okay. All right. First thing we'll do is our air-to-air. Casabelli is going to try a half loop and see if he can gain the positions back. He's going to be -1, -3. The 7 is a 4. Yeah, he does not get away from him on that roll. Thatch needs, he's going to do, If he does a half loop, he gains 4 positions. So I'm going to play Gung Ho for Thatch. And he gains 4 positions on this guy. So that's 1, 2, 3, puts him on his tail. And he's going to play his other Gung Ho and take that as a 10 and kill that guy. So that's another veteran shot down. So we've hit them hard on this one, and Thatch gets his 2nd kill. Okay, now we're coming in with these guys, and I'm telling you right now, I'm dropping Gung Ho with both those guys so they get 10s, and their air to grounds are +1. So they're going to hit that fleet carrier. And with those 1,000-pound bombs, they get 3 hits each. That gives them 6 hits on that. And 6 hits eliminates it. So we sunk that carrier. Six hits, sunk him. And that gets me out of this. Okay, so all my guys come home now. My torpedo bombers bring their torpedoes back, and that's going to help me because I got a guy to fish out of the sea in the SAR. So these guys right here, where they go now, is over here in the holding pattern. Here, 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 and here. Casabelli's all shot up. He's going to have trouble, probably. Okay. That takes care of that primary mission right there. So we destroyed it. So I think we're really running long on this video, I think. I know I'm well over an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I think I'm going to stop here. I'm going to put all my data in, record these guys' stress and all that stuff, or at least leave them marked and put them over here in my holding area where I'll get their stress after a while. And then that'll set me up to be able to run the secondary mission on our next playthrough and then head into day 3. So I really think that's what I'm going to do. I got to go through my sheet and mark it up. I got a lot to do there. So let's do that and we'll see where we're at. Okay, but before we do that, let's see. We do homebound. We have to do our homebound event. Don't want to forget that. Inflict 1 extra stress on each pilot who flew on this mission. Dang it. Okay, I didn't use this one, so we'll get rid of it. But I got to inflict 1 extra stress on everybody now. Okay, so I'm going to do that right now so I don't forget. Well, he goes to 2. He goes to 4. He goes to 2. Lewis gets 1. Long is going to go to 3. Casabelli is going to go to 5. And Foot goes to 6. And he's out of commission. Well, they have to see if they can fish him out of the water. Okay, so that takes care of that. Get rid of that. These zeros can all go back into the cup. And then place our aircraft in the holding pattern, which I did. And then we roll for the SAR results. Okay, so for my SAR, I get to do have a modifier for that. All right. Homebound flight, SAR. So we got to roll. And I can add, let's see, add 1 to the die roll if the target was destroyed. Add 2 if he was shot down target bound or shot down homebound. No, he wasn't. Add 1 to the roll for each weight point of air-to-ground weapons expended by any aircraft flying this mission for this role. So I have waypoints right here. I got 2 torpedoes we're going to expend. I get to roll, add 1 to the roll for each waypoint. So his waypoints are 2 torpedoes, 2 and 2. That's 4 I can add, plus 1 because that was destroyed. So that's 5. So I get to add 5 to my recovery roll here. And see what he gets. 7 and 5 is 12. 10 plus quick recovery. Pilot suffers 3 stress in addition to any mission stress suffered. And he gains 1 experience point for flying the mission. Okay, so he gets 1 experience point, Casabelli does, because he didn't finish the mission. But he ends up with, that wasn't Casabelli, that was Foot. Sorry. Let's see, Foot. Chris Foot. He gets an experience point. And he becomes 9 now here. I don't think I have a 9. So we'll make it 8 and 1 on Foot. He has 9 stress, and he's going to have to get a new aircraft. Okay. All right. 9 stress, and he needs a new airplane. All right. Now I'm caught up. So let me get everything off the board and update my sheet with everybody that flew this mission. Then I think we're going to call it. Okay, so here's the updated sheet. Quite a bit, actually. You can see where the experience points. The guys that finished the mission because they destroyed the target got 2 experience points. And Thatch doesn't get experience points, so he can give his 2 to whoever he wants. And so he did that. And he split it. He gave 1 to Eandy, or 2 to Eandy, which promoted him. He went from average to skilled, picked up a gung-ho and a cool factor, which helped his stress. And we gave 1 up here to Lewis. So Lewis is close enough now that another good mission and he could pick up on his also for his experience. So, that looks pretty good there. Okay. So, like I said before, I think I'm going to stop here. It's getting late. I got to work on this stuff. And we'll pick it up for the secondary mission and see if we spotted that target. I have to do it without, a search plane. So hopefully we'll see this destroyer. We can go out there and maybe we'll get it to give me a couple more victory points, which will help make up for that first day. And the fleet carrier, it's going to end up getting shuffled back in the deck. So, maybe I may get another run at that fleet carrier. That's 2 pulls in a row that I've had a chance at him. So I like that. So right now, that's where we're at. The guys are looking pretty good. They don't have a ton of stress other than Chris Foot, who got rescued. He's out. And then Casabelli got shot up quite a bit. And I got to put their planes into the holding area, and I'll show all that when we start up on the next one. And of course, we'll work all the maintenance too when we come back. All right, so we're going to call it. Hope you're enjoying it. I know it was a long video. I apologize. This takes a lot more playing it this way, but it really enhances the game. I think it's a lot of fun. I'm starting to pick up on it now. I don't have to read as much, so hopefully the turns will start going a little faster. But we did get day 1 out of the way and day 2, the first half of it out of the way. So, like I said, I hope you're enjoying it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. And if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. And if you saw something I did wrong, as usual, let me know, and we'll see if we can correct it. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.